Welcome to the show presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. What's on my agenda? What is on my agenda? Giving props to the best sport in the world. Yeah, giving props to the best sport in the world, led by the association. Led by the National Basketball Association. And we can throw FIFA in there too. We can throw some others in there too. It's just basketball in general. You're not accepting being second behind football. You're not accepting being second behind football. And you're doing everything in your power to grow. You're doing everything in your control, your power, even things that are not in your control. You're trying to become number one. I see you working. I see what you're doing. It amazes me. These are some of the things that I suggested. That's not me patting myself on the back. That is me pointing out a fact. That is me pointing out a matter of fact. I see you doing things that I suggested to other leagues, to other sports, but you're doing it for yourself now. And it's not that you didn't have this plan already. It's not that you're thinking about doing this already, or it wasn't even the fact that you've seen or synced other leagues try and fail to do what you are now doing and what you are now accomplishing and what you now winning on. I know it's hard for some leagues to take in. I know it's hard for some sports to understand. You know, the ones that are ranked below you, that are considering themselves or self-promoting and saying they're number one. When we got receipts, we know who the real number one is. We know who the real number two is as well. I'm not gonna even get to 3, possibly 4 or 5, but hey. We ain't here for that. We are not here for that. We're here for the bouquets. We're here for the flowers. We're here to show some love to the sport that isn't settling for first losers. We're here for the sport that say second ain't good enough. Second is all right, but we want more. And they're doing it in a way that's not greedy. They're doing it in a way that is beneficial for most parties involved. They're doing it in a way that you can get behind, that you can be proud of, that you can puff your chest out and say, that's my sport. That is my sport. That's my team. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Oh, wait, not that show either. Other sports dream to be in this position or wish to be in this position as well. They've tried. They failed. But hey, I'm not throwing any shade. I'm not attacking. I'm just pointing out that they tried to do something, did not accomplish it, which is good and great that you tried, because at least you tried. Yet you didn't succeed. For whatever reason, you did not succeed, but you keep trying though. Keep trying. One day you'll get there, but the model or the way that you're trying to get there, it's not gonna work. But I'm here for that. I'm here for it because pure chaos, chaotic moments. Hey, I am here for that because in some form or fashion, I will be entertained. If it's not me being there in person, me being there live, I will be entertained. And this is me looking at you, football. Not the number one football, but the other football that's somewhere in the top 5. Not number one though. Somewhere in the top 5. Definitely not number one. The number one football is number one for a reason. It's number one because it is so easy to play. It is so easy to get a crew together to play and do what you do. Run around, kick a ball, play the game. Just as easy as basketball. Get a ball, get a court, make a hoop, make it, and you're there. You can play a game. It can be basically about anywhere, and you can play by yourself. You can train by yourself. You can shoot by yourself, but it's fun with others. It's fun with others. So let me just go ahead and clear that up now. It is fun with others, but being able to play this sport by yourself, being able to get better by yourself, being able to do some of the things that you can't do by yourself with other sports, it gives you an advantage. That's why growing or trying to grow or reaching out across countries, borders, sovereign lands, it's a good thing. It would only bring in more people, possibly aliens too. I mean, look at the game itself. It is so exciting. Look at the game itself. It's amazing. And amazing is my favorite word. Sure, some naysayers will say the game has changed. It ain't the same. It ain't what it used to be. It's a little bit more soft. That's okay. That is cool. I'm old man yelling at cloud at some things too. That's fine. I get it. Now, if it's 48, you probably get about 2 or 3 of those, but out of 24, you're getting 30 minutes at best. Highlight. I am old man yelling at cloud at some things too. That is fine. That is okay. Ain't no judgment cast. Sure, I miss the days of low scoring game. Sure, I miss the days of playing defense or attempting to play defense for the entire game. Sure, I miss variety too. But how many teams actually had a real shot to win those days compared to now? How many teams actually truly have a shot to win compared to those days to now? How many dynasties have we went through in the past? And do we really and truly have dynasties now? So the thought of a super team, the thought of having super teams, is a bad idea or no? I'm asking for a friend because I know the answer. I know the answer. Back in the day, legacies, back in the day, dynasties, back in the day, 1 or 2 teams dominating the entire decades. Who's that fun for? Oh, wait. It's fun for the team if you're supporting the team and the fan base. If you are part of that fan base that supports the team, hey, I fall in one of those categories. You figure out which one. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But for the other fans, for the casual fans, do they really tune in for the villain? Do they really tune in for the bad guy? Do they really tune in for the negativity? Do they really tune in for the contrarian? Or are they there to see if it can be different this time? Or are they there for the new? I'm asking for a friend because I know the answer. I'm asking for friends because I know the answer, and I provided the answers over time. I provided the answers on a reg. That's a regular, peeps. That is a regular. I provided the answers. So maybe hearing it from someone else will lead you to believe it. Or maybe you just go ahead and you know you want to do it. Just go ahead. Look down right now. You see that button? If you don't see it, try looking a little harder. You see that button? Go ahead and press it. Press it a few times and let me know how you feel. Press it a few more times and then let me tell you this. That's the I believe button. You go ahead and you keep pressing that I believe button until you're a believer. Go ahead and keep pressing that I believe button until you're a believer, or better yet, do what you do. Do what you do, and the rest of us will continue to enjoy basketball. Because there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. The numbers say there's a lot of us in the world. It's okay to be, on the other side. It's fine. I'm old man yelling at cloud at some things too. I'm on the wrong side of some things. Some what is it called? Takes. I think that's what the cool peeps say. I think that's what the cool peeps call it now. Takes. I'm on the wrong side of some things like that too. You can't be right all the time. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, you're right. But that's the thing about being wrong. That's the thing about taking L's. How can you ever grow? How can you ever learn? How can you ever get better if you always right? And you do not want to be the smartest guy in the room who always think he right. Because if you are, let me tell you this, you're the only person in the room. You are the only person in the room. And do you really want to be alone? Do you really not want to have any friends? I mean, if that's the case, then good, fine. Mission accomplished. If that's the case, good, fine. Keep doing what you do. Good, fine. But suggesting that the numbers ain't the numbers and the numbers can be manipulated. All right, fine. Sure. Numbers can be manipulated. Numbers can be bent to your argument. But how about this? What are your eyes telling you? What are you seeing? What are you truly seeing? Are you seeing enjoyment? Are you seeing action? Are you seeing fun? Are you having fun? Is your time being wasted or nah? Do you feel as though you can be doing something better? Would you choose another sport at a given time over this one? If so, fine, cool. Can't argue against that. That's the individual. That comes down to the individual. That comes down to personal preference. Right? Right? All right. Why argue? Why structure an argument anyway if it's going to come down to the individual? Because that can be said just about any sport and anything if we just ignore the numbers. At some point, there has to be a logical flow chart, flow pattern, something to at least support an argument that's more than just opinion. Numbers, factual based numbers can do that. But what about confirmation bias? What about confirmation bias? Yeah, okay. Ask a friend. I'm asking for a friend. But don't get it wrong. Because if you do, it's okay. You can be wrong. I can be wrong. He can be wrong. She can be wrong. They can be wrong. Anybody can be wrong. Yet, basketball, attempting basketball, trying basketball, doing everything in its power to overtake football and be number one in the world, planet Earth, the universe, the solar system. Hey, we can throw in the galaxy because we know there are UFOs out there too. They probably watching and not paying for the games. We got to figure out the way how to make them pay. We got to figure out a way to make them pay. Come on, give us some secrets. Tell us something. Come on. I know you watching. I know you watching. Give us something. A trade. But the NBA basketball now, compared to the NBA in the past, yeah, the game flows a little bit faster, a little bit more. But didn't that happen with that other league that combined into the NBA? I mean, it's way before my time, but somebody told me about it, that it was exciting and that it was fast paced and they were dunking and they were doing things that, whoa, that was, wait for it, new. But I won't fault a sport. I won't bag a sport that is willing to change, that is willing to make changes, that's willing to continue to evolve, that's willing to continue to grow and not just be saying, hey, this is the way we always do it. We're going to continue doing it this way. We don't care. Traditionalists, that's a shot at you. That's a direct shot at you. Take it how you want to. Take it how you want to. I'm here all day, every day. Things change. Things don't stay the same. And expecting and wanting and wishing and hoping that things stay to change just because it's the way that we always did it and it's the way that it should be, that the way it's done. That makes sense for who? That makes sense for who? Are you the same as you were 10 years ago? If so, hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Or is there something different? Has there something changed? Has there been some kind of new evidence that's been presented to you that made you think about something differently? Have a slimmer hope of a thought process or processes that was changed? Do you look at something and say, hey, I wonder why it's done this way? Do you have an imagination? Do you have a question? Do you support your creativity, or do you have any at all? Or is it just, this is the way we do it, this is the way it's always be done, but yet, even though it was wrong, incorrect, and not right, but it's still gonna continue to happen, it's gonna still continue to go down that same way, just because? Or are you the type to say, hey, you know, that's cool, it was done that way in the past, I can respect that, I can understand that, but with these new variables, with this new processes, with this new information technology and everything else that can advance the game or has advanced the game, we can no longer continue to do the game the same way. It's an easy answer. It's easy questions. I'm not the gatekeeper of anything. I have suggestions. I have thoughts. I make suggestions. I present my thoughts. Some of you might think they're cuckoo, but I don't eat Cocoa Puffs. I do not eat Cocoa Puffs. Basketball and other sports understand this dynamic. There is a way to uphold and keep traditions, but yet still understand technology can help. Technology can improve. Also, technology can hurt, and technology can make something so simple extremely difficult and hard. I mean, really? A catch is a catch. A catch is a catch. Offsides is offsides. Simple. Simple as that. It just depends. It just depends on what you think and you feel is the most important thing about the sport. But this ain't this conversation. This ain't that time. This is the time for me, for you, for us to give basketball what it deserves. To give basketball what it deserves. Basketball deserves to continue to grow. And that's what they doing. And that's what they trying to do. They aren't resting on their laurels with being number two. Being number two. Who wants to be number two? Who wants to be number two? Number one, it's where it's at. It's quick, it's fast, it comes out, it's gone. Number two, you're there. You don't know how long you're there. And you're waiting. You're sitting. You're possibly hoping. I don't know about you, but first losers. I ain't got time for that. I do not have time for that. I do got time for some action. I do got time for some amazing dunks. I do got time for some crossovers. I do got time for some alley oops. I do got time for the things that would make me excited about a sport that I'm really not that deeply involved with. Yay, the cat's out the hat, or the genie's out the bottle, or I don't know. You pick, you choose. I'm just the narrator. I'm just the narrator. Basketball isn't even in my top 3, maybe 3rd. But I can respect, I can understand, I can see what they're doing, and I can give credit when credit's due. I'm able to utilize this big brain that I got through osmosis by watching and by surrounding myself all things Coach Nagy. Yes, that's you, Matt Nagy. Thank you. Thank you.
And the forward thinkers. And the forward thinkers that shall go nameless. That shall go nameless.
Basketball, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You ain't baseball, and you definitely not American football either.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.